Test, test, test. Raz, raz, raz. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. Aha. Dobra.
jeden gdzieś tu, drugi gdzieś tu. Proszę.
Halo? Ojej. Na żywo. No taki jest. Halo, halo.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and dear everyone. Let me welcome you all on this beautiful winter afternoon in Poznań at the University of Technology in Poznań on the Piotrowo campus. My name is Marcin Witkowski, and I will have the pleasure to moderate this next event of our Erasmus Day 2024 for everyone here in the auditorium that we are located at the university. Also for all of you who are joining us online via YouTube. My job here is not only to moderate this panel, but also to give you a short introduction into various Erasmus Plus programs and affiliated forums in which students of all European universities and actually worldwide can use in order to go abroad, to meet new people, to meet new cultures, experience something different in their lives. Normally every day my job is to coordinate an office for the National Erasmus Plus Agency here in Poznań. I have a regional office that cooperates with the University of Technology in Poznań. We have 8 similar centers around Poland, and we work very closely with the University Erasmus office. And it is my pleasure here today to be with you all, and now to introduce to you all our lovely panelists. And in our first round, let me ask each of our lovely panelists to introduce themselves, to tell our viewers and our audience here in Poznań which faculty you're representing, which major, field of study, and what form of Erasmus Plus program have you used? Okay, we'll start with Victoria.
Hi, yes. So my name is Victoria, and I'm currently studying architecture, first year master degree, and I was incredibly lucky to spend my Erasmus exchange during third year of bachelor degree. Yes, and I will tell you about my experience.
Okay, beautiful. So we already have one person from architecture. So all of you urban planners, future architects, listen up. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Now we have Zuzanna.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Zuzia, and I've been to Erasmus program twice, and also I did my internship abroad. So I will focus mostly on internship, and I'm studying computer science.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And with us here is Marta. Tell us
Hello.
about yourself.
I'm Marta. I study logistics at fourth year of bachelor's degree at the Faculty of Engineering Management, and I attended a short training course in Erasmus program.
Thank you very much. And I'm moving right along. We have the second Zuzanna. Zuzia, the floor is yours for a second now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Zuzia, and I'm studying biomedical engineering. And I actually didn't go with Erasmus. It was with UNICE, and it was a summer school.
Perfect. So yeah, before I hand over to Justyna, this is also one of the reasons why we wanted to meet with you all, because Erasmus Plus is used in a variety of other programs, including the European University Platform, which the Poznań University of Technology is a part of through the UNICE Alliance. And that is a separate story, however, still connected to the overall Erasmus program. But let's not jump ahead. Let's give the floor to Justyna now.
Hello everyone, my name is Justyna. I am PhD student. I was twice in a BIP program, and also I was during my first studies at full Erasmus in Germany.
Okay, perfect. Let's now tell our viewers, because some of you may not be aware, what BIP stands for.
Okay, so BIP, it is a short course abroad. I was in Italy this year 1 week, and 1 week in last year in Spain.
Right. So BIP in short stands for Blended Intensive Program. This is another version of the Erasmus Plus, which lasts from 5 to 30 days. It doesn't cover the entire semester. However, during the course of studies, either through the European Alliance that your university may be connected with, or on your own with the faculty or a department is also using that form of Erasmus Plus, feel free to learn more about it. Okay, thank you very much, Justyna. And now we'll go a bit more in depth about your own experiences with Erasmus. So I would like to learn more from each of you. Exactly where did you go? Which university was your hosting university? And why did you go there in the first place? I mean, what was the main motivation for each of you and the reason why you decided to go abroad? And it might be inspirational for many of you here, those of you who are thinking about possible mobility programs or exchange programs, to hear why our panelists decided to go. So we'll start with Victoria, who, as you heard, went for the entire semester, right, abroad. Go ahead.
Okay, so I went to A Coruña. It's a small city in Spain, actually in Galicia region. Galicia is kind of another word, I think. I decided to go to Erasmus because I really wanted to experience new culture, experience studying abroad, experience new communities, and gain new skills.
And it is important, as you know, for future architects. I mean, skills, the things that you learn practically, because it's not just following lectures. It's also to learn the skills of trade for future architect. And Spain is one of those countries, as you well know, with beautiful architecture. Actually, also here in Poznań, those of you who haven't visited Poznań or are here for the first time, in the imperial castle that was built by the Germans in the center of Poznań, there is a small fountain in the backyard that was designed in the old Spanish style of the Alhambra castle. So I'm sure that some of your friends might be impressed when you went to Spain to learn about that fact. But tell us, why did you decide to go to Spain? Why Spain? And why for the whole semester?
Okay. At first, maybe why A Coruña, why Galicia? Because I was always in love with the idea of spending my time near the sea, and when after classes, everyone was like, "Vamos a la playa, let's go for the beach," and I was like, "Okay." I really wanted to experience new lifestyle because Spanish is known for their relaxed lifestyle, and I was totally in love with this, with their mindset. I definitely developed my adopting skills because Spanish people, as you know, are so open-minded, and that was also very new for me from here to learn how they communicate with each other and how open-minded they were, and that was totally amazing.
Okay, Victoria, was there any particular reason why you chose La Coruña, and was it connected to what you were doing at the university, what you found in Spain specifically? Was there anything helpful there for you?
A Coruña was at the beginning. I really wanted to go to bigger city like Barcelona or Madrid, but there wasn't that much places, and A Coruña chose me, I guess. But it was definitely a very good decision for me to go there. No, there wasn't like any particular reason why I chose A Coruña.
Well, Spain is always a good choice, right? I mean,
Exactly.
Wherever you go, Spain is always a good choice. All right, Victoria, thank you very much. Let's jump into the internships now, because that is a different world a little bit, right? It's supposed to be shorter, much
Yes.
more practical, much more focused on what you might be doing in future in your professional life, correct?
Yeah, it's true, because here at Politechnika, internship is also obligatory, like to do it in Poland. But I decided that if I have to do it, I can also do it abroad. And I always like to just go somewhere, not spend time here. So I thought it's perfect opportunity for me. And also not only, sorry, just to, I worked there. I was going to work from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. So it wasn't like a normal Erasmus exchange that you still want to party a bit and travel a bit. But I think it was also really beneficial for me because, for example, I'm still working for them. From people from Finland in Euro. So
where did you go? Tell
I'm sorry. Yeah, I went to Finland. I worked near Helsinki, in a small city next to it, Espoo. And what you could ask me why Finland? No idea. It was totally by accident. I just went on a website with different opportunities, and I was like, okay, I like this one. It's in Finland. Okay, let's go to Finland. So that was it. And that also shows that you don't always have to choose something, or like you said, it chose me, this place. So, and I'm really happy that.
Zuzia, how did you choose the place for your internships? How did you find the perfect spot for you?
So there's this website called erasmusintern.org, and I found it there. I'm studying computer science, as I said before, and to my surprise, it wasn't that many opportunities there for my degree, but I was really lucky because I found one company. They were doing mobile applications, and I thought, okay, that's something I can try, and that was the only place I texted, and they accepted me. So I was
Congratulations,
really lucky.
that's the way to do it. Beautiful. All right, well, before we jump further, let's give the floor over to Marta, who also went for a short-term exchange, as I understand. Tell us a bit more. Where did you go? Why did you go? And how was it in general terms? Okay.
Yes, so I went to Norway, to Volda. It's a small city on the west coast of Norway. I went to a short program. It's called a training course. It was for youth workers and youth leaders. And the main theme of this program was named Wellness Compass Outdoors. And it was about the well-being of youth workers and the outdoor activities that we can.
You said youth workers.
Youth workers.
Oh,
yeah.
youth workers.
Yeah.
Right. I was
Just
thinking,
for
okay,
the-
youth workers.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
perfect. Okay, how many of you were there?
There were 20 people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we were sharing this place where we stay, because I didn't go to any university. It was like organized from the international organization in Volda, and we stayed with 30 people from youth exchange too. So in total there were 50 of us in this place at one time. Yes, and it was 1 week long, and there was also an opportunity to stay 2 days after to go some sightseeing, to spend some time in Norway for ourselves. So it was great too.
Right, great. That's a good point, and another valid information for everyone. I think it's good to know that Erasmus Plus brings together not only students who are enrolled at universities. Erasmus Plus also brings together pupils or students from primary schools, high schools, vocational education and training. Also the youth sector is a separate sector in Erasmus Plus, where you can also go on exchange visits, on mobilities, using connections through non-governmental organizations, foundations, associations, and the youth sector has an entirely separate branch in terms of budgeting, in terms of the number of mobilities. So as you can see, students do have a wide choice. They can use either the mobilities offered by the universities, or the third sector, the service sector, or the youth sector, which is cooperating with education anyway. So that's a good point. Thank you very much. And now let's jump over to Zuzanna. Zuzanna is representing a summer school of the UNICE Alliance that we talked about. So tell us a bit more. How did you find out about it? Where did you go, and why?
So actually, I would say it was pretty random, because how I found out about it, because I simply got an email. My whole course just got an email that said it was talking about summer school, and to be completely honest, at first I ignored it because I just saw summer school and I thought, I'm not gonna come here during summer because I'm already going here like every single day for 10 months. I need a break. And then I decided to actually read what the email was about, and I've noticed that, okay, it's in Slovenia. It was about cybersecurity, which is not really that related to my course, but
it's still
always
important.
yeah.
I mean, it's something that people talk about all the time.
Yeah, every single
cybersecurity
day.
is a hot topic right now, just like AI. So it's absolutely top
Yeah.
class. All right, but I'm sorry, I jumped into.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
all right. And when I read more about it, I just wrote to some of my friends if they wanted to go, but nobody really had the time. So I just decided that why not do it? I have everything organized, almost everything, like from the university, and I decided to do it. And I went to University of Maribor, and this is I think second largest city in Slovenia. And we had some lectures there, and some lectures were also online, and we just had to later review them. And we had a lot of free time that we could spend sightseeing and just like talking and hanging out with people. So that was really great.
Great, excellent. Well, that's another good point for you guys and who want to use the Erasmus Plus for perhaps not going so far away from your home country. I mean, Slovenia is only halfway through across Europe, so it's much closer to home in our terms. So it's closer to Poland. It's probably easier also to accommodate to the culture in Slovenia than it is in Spain, for instance, or in Norway or in other countries, but we'll talk about it a little later. Thank you very much, Zuza. And now let's jump to Justyna. Justyna is already our graduate and a PhD student. So she's hoping to get a new degree soon, hopefully. But tell us about your short-term mobility with Erasmus. How did that start? Where did you find it? Where did you go, and why in the first place?
Okay, so first BIP, it was in Cartagena. It is in Spain. First week, I think it was in October. It was online course, like 1 week of the lectures. So after normal classes here in university, we had also 2-3 hours course about biomechanical engineering. And after, I think it was 2 months, we were in Spain, in Cartagena. We had possibility to go to laboratory, VR laboratory, and also 3D printing laboratory. So something different that we have at our university. And after this 1 week, we have also 1 week online. And it was like graduating of this course. It was like preparing some presentation with the groups in which we were in Cartagena. So that was the first, and also it was the big opportunity for me because in Poznań University of Technology I am at Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, but my PhD is about biomechanical with material science. So I had opportunity to did the course which was more about my PhD than which we have here. And I also were with the people from Romania, Spain, I hope Italy, Lithuania, I think. Lithuania, yeah, from Lithuania. And some more guys, I'm sorry, I don't remember all of them, but we have still contact with these students, doctorand students, and also with professors. We have also some new project with these guys. And I apply. It was a little bit funny because the project was like a BIP, but it was was the one project with the professors from Spain and from Romania. And it was that my supervisor asked me one day, would you like to go to Spain? And I said, how long, when, and what? And he said that it is just 1 week. And I said, yes, of course, I will not.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So as you can hear, it's not always about long-term mobilities. Sometimes you can really squeeze a lot out of short-term stays. As Justina was pointing out, the blended intensive programs are also a variety of Erasmus Plus, which allows you to sort of squeeze into your busy schedules something that is both international and very useful in the short term. And the second thing that I'm taking from what you said is that it's not just for undergraduate or graduate students, but it's also for degree-seeking students in the PhD studies. So it's important to know that all people who are enrolled at the university have the freedom to choose the form that suits them best. Very good, thank you, and congratulations. Fingers crossed for your PhD. All right, let's go back to Victoria now, because she started us off talking about the beautiful Spanish coast and the sea, and I was wondering if you could tell us more about student life from the perspective of an Erasmus student who came there for the first time. How is Erasmus life for a whole semester in Spain when you come from a country like Poland? Okay, how was it for you?
What came first to my mind was the first month during our exchange, because it was February, and in A Coruña there was a carnival, and we were walking around the city for the first time, and people were all in their costumes, singing, dancing, and it was another sense of community. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be half of a year, very good half of a year, and it was half of vacation. It was half a year of vacation. That was a very good.
Okay, it's because you went there. What month did you go there again?
from February
Uh-huh.
till January.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no,
how was winter in Spain? Did you come prepared, or was it surprising?
The weather was tricky. There was much more rainy days than we were suspecting this, but we fastly got used to it, and I think from May the weather started to be very Spanish weather, and we tried surfing. So it all depends on the city, I guess, but A Coruña also can have good weather.
Okay, and how was student life? Did you stay on campus, or you shared an apartment or a room? How was accommodation?
I was incredibly lucky to go to A Coruña with a group of my closest friends, so we rented a flat together. There are also drawbacks of this situation because we spoke only Polish at home, so my English didn't improve that much as it could have. But
How was your Spanish, by the way? Did you know any Spanish before you came to La
No,
Coruña?
no, and I really regret that I didn't put much effort to learn Spanish, actually.
See, that's a good point, everyone. Before you plan any of your foreign trip, please try to learn at least the basics of the language, like the survival crash course in the language of the country. It helps a lot, especially at the beginning. If you don't have that, that's fine. I mean, English, especially the English that we're using, the Euro English, none of us is a native speaker, but we can all communicate in more or less the same phrases. But it's always a nice touch, especially if you talk to your fellow students on campus, if you talk to administrative officers, to say at least hello or thank you. That's always a good beginning. Okay, so tell us more about where you stayed at.
We rented the flat near railway station, so it was very good place in A Coruña. From there, it was really easy to travel, and I was very lucky to travel to some cities like Santiago a Compostela was very close to A Coruña, and from there it was very easy to go anywhere in the world. Of course, it was kind of hard at the beginning to accommodate to new accommodations and conditions about how to find communication, how to get to university. But Erasmus people are very helpful. We all are on the same boat, I guess. So don't be afraid about everything, because people are so helpful, and it's much different from here, I guess, because it was like never afraid about asking about help. That's the thing that I learned there for sure.
And I think it's a very good idea, the point that Victoria is making, that Erasmus Plus is not just a community of helpful people, but we also have many groups of people at every university connected with Erasmus, which is the ESN network. This is the Erasmus Student Network. So what they do is they always try to help you settling in. Every university has a buddy program, including our own here in Poznań, which is sort of a buddy/mentoring program. So you have people from every faculty helping you out when you arrive, welcoming you at the train station, for instance, picking you up at the airport, showing you around, taking you to various parties or places on campus, showing you where your classes are, how to get around. So that's a very helpful crowd of people. That's exactly what you're saying. So wherever you go for the Erasmus exchange, you can count on other people to help you. Because on the one side you have teachers, of course, and you have your administrative officers, but then you have your peers, you have your colleagues, and it's great that Erasmus is actually supporting that sort of working together. All right, good. Victoria, thanks for now. Now let's jump to Zuzanna, because on the other hand, you spend a much shorter time
Yes, 2
abroad.
months.
So tell us more how is student life from the perspective of someone who was there only, like you said, was it 2
Two-
weeks?
two-
2 weeks?
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah,
2
yeah,
months.
yeah.
Okay, so it's already, you know, it's not very short. It's not very long at the
Shorter
same
than
time.
full semester for sure.
Right,
yeah.
right. Tell us more about the student life.
So for me, I didn't meet that many new people there because, as I said before, I was working most of the week. But my team was made of mostly young people as me, also from other countries. So I would say that was accident that they were also young and from different countries, and it's not a rule when it comes to the internship abroad. But I had this luck to meet those people, and we also lived together because my company offered me a place to live, so that was very good because I didn't have to pay for it. So also that's a really nice thing to look for when you're going abroad for internship. It's just way easier, and thanks to that we spend a lot of time. I mean, of course there are drawbacks because we spend a lot of time together also at work and at home, but then we liked each other, and we spent some nice time during work hours, but also after them. Well, yeah, I would say that's...
Zuza, were you all working at the same company?
Yes, because it was a small team of people. We were, at some point, we were only 4. Then a bit later, I think we were 6 or 7, but that was maximum 7 people. So we lived like 3 or 4 of us at the same time. Then someone new came, someone all had to say bye. And yeah.
Well, tell us a bit more from the technical point of view. For instance, your everyday life in terms of shopping, cooking, you know, things like that, sharing a bathroom in the apartment. Is it different from what you are used to here in Poland?
It was maybe not okay because I was also on like normal Erasmus twice, so I spent a lot of time abroad, and for me it was not so new because I got already used to it during my first Erasmus, but it's normal that wherever you go with whoever you live, you have to learn the way how they live and somehow try
also,
to
they are
cooperate.
learning the way you live.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
it goes both ways. So don't get us wrong. It's not just that you need to adapt to someone. The other people also have to learn about your habits, your way of life.
Of course, even here in Poland, we can meet someone that we don't like or really like to live with. Also, I was the only girl there, so
really, oh.
You know, computer science.
Lucky
It's
group,
like that. It's like that.
Okay.
But it was really convenient because one of the guys, he was from Lithuania and he came by car. So if we had bigger shopping to do, we just all go together. We just all went together. But also, I was spending quite a lot of time alone because I enjoyed doing bike tours around or going climbing, and I tried to spend weekends in national parks. They have a lot of them in Finland. So I tried to balance the time between spending it with people that I work with constantly and just to have time for myself too. So I really think it's important to find the balance. You don't have to spend all the time with people if you're on Erasmus. It's also okay.
Wonderful. All right, great. Let's jump over to Marta now. Tell us more about your experience. I mean, everyday life and student life, something that surprised you perhaps, in your own words, please.
Okay, so during my training course, we stayed at like traditional mountain shelter called hytte, and it's in Norway. It's like popular to have such places. Like we have the shelters in the Polish mountains, and we stayed there for a week. We shared rooms. There was also like a big dining hall, which was great because it was easy to create a community to spend some time together during the evenings, during the longer breaks. So living there was quite simple because it was in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the Norway mountains, and there were any shops nearby, so we didn't go for any shopping or something. Everything was provided, and we had some lovely ladies who were cooking for us. And we also organized some international cooking. So every every day. There in the evenings there were some cookings, for example, of Georgian chinkali, let's say. Yeah, and some Ukrainian pierogi and Polish pierogi. Of
There you
course.
go. I was going to ask you, what did you cook, huh? while in Finland, did you cook anything?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Ah,
But I can say that during my first Erasmus, I was in Madrid and I spent Christmas there, and then I did pierogi.
All right, but the Norwegians really like this idea of spending time together, you know, after work and during work. You know, they have common spaces. Finland is a bit similar as well, but go ahead.
I think they're a bit like I didn't meet that many young Finnish people. I mean, of course, I was working in a building of the university. There was like a big campus, and I saw that they have a really strong student community there. But also, I heard that Finnish people are kinda maybe not a bit shy. They like to spend time among themselves. But
Well, they keep their distance
Yeah,
at first,
they
but
keep their
once they get to
distance.
know
Yeah,
you,
that's true.
they are very
Yeah.
friendly. Yeah. Okay, perfect. I'm sorry. Did you have anything else to add about student life while you were there? Anything specific that was different from Poland that you were used to?
Yeah, it was pretty different because our days were divided like into sessions. After the breakfast, we had the first session. Then we mostly went outside because the main topic of this program was outdoors. So we also spent a lot of time outside, wandering in the mountains, spending just some time for ourselves also. And it was great for me, because I was quite afraid that there will be not such longer period of times for ourselves, just to spend time, you know, with myself, that we will have to be always in the group. But as you said before, it's not always like that, and it was a great surprise that there was time for everything. So yeah, it was great.
Okay, well, let's hear how it was in Slovenia, right? So Zuza, as you remember, went for a summer school with the UNICE Alliance, Maribor, right, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So how is student life there? Were you surprised by anything?
I don't think I was really that surprised, but maybe it's because I also didn't really have any particular expectations. I wasn't really thinking about anything, honestly. We were sleeping in the student dorms, so we shared rooms with other people, and we also obviously shared bathrooms. Maybe the one thing that I was surprised was that I think that the buildings were a bit older, and then we see here in Poland. So I think more people shared their spaces than here now in Poland. Like I think in Poland we're trying to create more spaces just for everyone individually in dorms, and they are still really sharing most of the spaces, like with a lot of people. But the days, I think we spent them they were really chill, I would say. We had lectures in the morning, but that was it. We also had another lectures, but we were just watching them, so we didn't have to, it was up to us where we would watch them. So we just had the whole day for ourselves, and we could spend it sightseeing. And obviously we had to eat, so we had to do some shopping, but everything was there in walkable distance. And if it was not, then in Slovenia they are really putting the effort to just have bikes everywhere, and they actually use it, because we also have them in Poznań, but not everyone uses them, and they're actually everyone. And you could also buy tickets that were really cheap to have to be able to use the bikes for the whole stay for €2 or something like that.
What did you guys do after classes when you didn't have to watch the lectures or anything? Did you do anything together otherwise, other than biking or something? Did you get together like cooking or stuff like that, shopping, whatever?
Yeah, we were doing mostly everything together because it was quite a short period of time, so I think we wanted to use it.
2 weeks, right? Did you say?
No, no, it
How
was
long
just
was it?
5 days.
5 days,
so,
right?
So
Sorry,
that's
yes.
really short.
5
So we
days,
just
right.
wanted to, I think, put the effort to just spend it with everyone and just get to know each other. And we were just like going shopping together to then eat something also, because we had to organize every single like meal on our own. So and we went sightseeing just to like for walks, whatever we could do. We just tried to fill that time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me ask again, Victoria, because we didn't cover that during the whole semester that you were there. That the university organized something for you guys in terms of, I don't know, trips or events or things that you could do together, like the other panelists were saying, you know, to bring people closer together.
Maybe not university, but ESN community for sure.
There you go. Yay. ESN people rock.
Yes.
Okay.
They organized a lot of events. We had like schedule for every month, and every day there was something organized by them. From some sports activities to from sports activities by cultural to party activities, like everything.
Well, that's a good point, because if you go abroad, regardless of for how long you're going, you can expect the host to really fill up your time, and it's only up to you if you want to use that to your advantage, like you're saying, you know, to meet other people, to not just to hang out and spend time, but to actually start some relationships, which may last into long friendships later on. One of you said that already, that, you know, I think it was you or somebody who said that, you know, once you go abroad and you really reach out to people, then these friendships can really last a long time. Thank you, Victoria. And let's now go to Justyna. Because it might be a bit different if you do research, right? I would imagine you don't have as much time to hang out, you don't have as much space perhaps to, you know, go out, go sightseeing, things like that. How was your experience in student terms?
So in Spain we have like 1 day, they organized us a 1 day trip. So it was a lot of historical stories about the Cartagena. I had no idea about the Rome's in Cartagena, etc. So it was amazing. And after 5 days, I think, it was gala dinner, because it was during the BIP, it was also the conference. So we were invited to gala dinner. So it was also for us the possibility to get in touch with other peoples, from another countries. Not only this from BIP, also from whole conference. And after the classes, we had a lot of time. We were together in one hotel, so we cooking together, going sightseeing, shopping. First shopping, it was really crazy in Spain.
I'm not sure if you noticed that when she said shopping, that was the first time she really smiled a lot, you know, right now when she was shopping. It must have been very good. Go on.
Yeah, because we were 7 from Poznań University of Technology, and we speak only English, German, and a little bit Italian. And it was funny because in Spain, English is not included.
Yeah, it's not the first language, really. Yes.
Yeah, and it was really difficult to.
And you spoke no Spanish before.
No, now I speak.
Yes, you do. Okay.
Yeah, after this beef, I was thinking that Spanish is a really important language in Europe, so I started.
It's for us, for the Slavic people, it's fairly easy. I mean, the melody of the language, right? It's easy to learn.
Yeah, for me it was a little bit difficult because I speak German also, so okay. I'm a little bit different for me language, the foreign language.
Sure. But you told us about shopping, but let's talk about the research part a little bit. I mean, how helpful was your stay in terms of your scientific work?
So for me, it was really important, this networking, more than this laboratories or anything, because during this BIP program, I have a big pleasure to know a lot of PhD students also, and not only PhD students, but also students, professors, and they are in biomechanical engineering. So we have now two new projects.
Wonderful.
So
Okay.
it is not only like this 1 week that we spent together, but now we spend more and more time together.
So as you can see, Erasmus, it's not just about having fun, although it is an important element of this whole picture, but it's also doing the work and taking away what you really need to succeed, either in your student life or in your later professional life. That was what Victoria was talking about, what you guys were talking about. So the relationships and the friendships and the fun and the cooking, it's all great, but let's also remember that you are there to build yourself up, to sort of bring back as many new skills and as many new abilities and talents developed as you possibly can. All right, well, we talked about some very nice things. Let's now talk about things that perhaps created a bit of problems, or something that you had to keep in mind in order to, you know, stay afloat, survive. It could be something related to being homesick, from problems related to, I don't know, even local transport that you didn't know how or where to go, or problems with language, or anything else that comes to mind. Any red flags or anything that you should tell people to consider before they agree to go abroad. Let's start with Victoria again. What would you do differently, or what would you consider doing before you came to Spain for a whole semester?
Language barrier is, of course, one of the biggest problem. And when you were telling about your first shopping, I was in my mind that the first thing which I learned in Spanish was sin carne. It means without meat, because I'm vegetarian.
It's not just a thing in Spain and Poland. If you say you're vegetarian, you know, not everybody understands what that means. So really, but go ahead.
For sure, finding your body would be very helpful, because we didn't have anyone who helped us before our program, and he or she is gonna tell you everything what you need. But another red flags: stay in touch with your Erasmus coordinator for sure, because they know everything, and if you will gonna stay in touch with them, they will help you. For example, because we had a lot of problems with learning agreement, and our coordinators help us a lot. We were messaging and texting about what to do, which subjects gonna cover our subjects in Poland. So speak and tell with coordinators. Another red flags.
Okay, that's fine, because that's really important what you point out, to be in touch with your administrative officers, both sides actually, and at the host university also, you know, to avoid any problems later. You just have to talk to people. I mean, you are there. So in terms of culture, in terms of everyday life, it was all fine for you. You didn't find anything that you would have to watch out for instance, before you came. It was a good experience overall.
Yeah, it was a good experience overall.
Maybe reading about history a bit more, Spanish history, maybe the language part a little bit more before coming. Do you think?
I had much more time in Spain, and actually that maybe it's not about this topic, but I started going to classes, dance classes there, and people were I was so exotic for them, and people were so easygoing with me, so I hadn't any problems with communication with people and with culture. So maybe.
Well, that's great to hear. I mean, you see, I tried to squeeze something out of Victoria, but it seems, you know, that all you need to do is really come back and have a great time. We have a question from the audience. Do I understand? No, You have to come here to the microphone if you want to speak, because the people
Come.
online cannot hear you. So before you come down, let me jump to Zuzanna to tell us more about the Finnish road map and what you encountered there that you didn't know about. Okay.
I think maybe it's not like Finnish problem, but just internship problem. That there's a lot of documents to sign, documents to fill in, and that's completely normal. But you have to get through it. And when it comes to internship, you have to do everything on your own. If you don't manage to do something, you just won't go, because during Erasmus, like normal studies, you have, for example, agreements with other universities, and well, you have to choose something from there. But if you're going for internship, you have to find a company, you have to write to them, you have to ask if that's all right, if you can come, if you can work there. So it's all up to you. That's, I think, I don't know if that's a problem, it's just a thing to be done, and you have to think about that mostly.
Sure. I mean, let's all remember that we're all adults going abroad, meeting other adults. So it's not like someone will be thinking for us and doing everything for us as well. We need to sort of let them help us as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a member of the audience here. Her name is Olga, who volunteered to offer a comment, right, about Spain?
Yes, because I was with Victoria in A Coruña then, and it was a big red flag about our accommodation, because we have a lot of problems. We stayed like 2 weeks in Airbnb, and we decided to search for a place to live there in the 2 weeks. And we started to search, and when people heard we are from Poland, they was like, no way, we don't rent. Yeah, it was difficult. And then we start to looking for help in students, and they say it was real estate place that can help us, like the seventh place, the real estates, and yes, of the place in A Coruña. And when they also heard we are from Poland, they show us like a ugliest, dirtiest apartment, and we are just like, oh my God, we don't have time, we have to rent something because we landing on the street. And we have difficult about that, because the apartment was really, really bad and like dirty with high price. I guess for us it was a high price, and we just have to like tell them no, and just find some like better accommodations. So
And we found.
yes, we found, but you have to be really careful about the place to stay there. Just like the warning for all of the.
I think it's true everywhere. Thank you, Olga. You may sit down. Thanks. I think it's true everywhere and anywhere you go. The better you prepare before you start your trip, the better for you. I mean, it's always good to do your research first, to talk to other people who've already been to perhaps the same country, to the same city. Among your friends, there must be at least one person who went to Spain before, who visited La Coruña. And it's true, wherever you go, the more you read up about the place, the more you understand the local culture, the local ambience, then you have no problems. And I was in Erasmus 3 times in my life. I went to Malta and I went to Czech Republic, so that there were two sort of like opposites totally. And going to Malta, I didn't know what to expect, but when I read and I talked to people, I emailed them, I went online, I joined some Facebook groups, then I joined WhatsApp groups, I talked to ESN people. When you get there, everyone already sort of knows you. They understand what you need. So most of those problems are possible to overcome. Okay, now I think did we skip Justina? No. Okay, we were here already. All right. So let's keep on going. A few sentences now from Marta, right? Okay.
So
Norway.
I was trying to think about something that went bad, but to to be honest. It was pretty well organized.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. That's all we need to hear, really. Yes, that's perfect.
It was more like I had some fears before the arrival. I had this fear that I won't have much time for myself, and that I won't connect with people, that we will have some language problems or something like this. But it turned out pretty well. Even if we had something like we not really understand each other, we just tried to search for another words to say it, or we had some help from the others, so it was great. There was also some time for ourselves, so it was okay. And about the formalities, in the training courses, some short period of mobilities, I mean, from my experience, there are not many things that you have to fill up. There's no learning agreement or any kind of documentation that you have to fill. It was just participation form, and after the mobility I had to fill the participation report, and that was it. And
wonderful.
So that's not really a lot. So I think that mostly my approach to this was a problem, that I created some problems in my head that would maybe bad, but it turned out really well. So yeah.
Well, this is a good example. You really have to sort of get rid of all the prejudice in your mind before you go. I mean, each of us is a different person. We all come from different families, different ways of life, different cultures. So we sort of, if we keep an open mind, everyone, I think it's easier for everyone in the end. All right, Zuzanna, how did you prepare for the UNICE, and was there anything surprising there?
So I think the hardest part was just to actually get to Maribor, because it wasn't organized. We just had to get there on our own. And
but there's Flixbus, right? There's Flixbus.
Yes, there's Flixbus, but since I was going on my own, I mean, without any of my friends, you can be stressed about it, and I was stressed about it because it was the first time that I actually traveled on my own, because I traveled with my friends, but it was with my friends somewhere, and this time it was just me. So it was like really important for me to just do the research about transportation and everything in the city. But still, you have to I believe you have to keep in mind that something might go wrong. I mean, not necessarily really bad, but not exactly as you planned. So you just have to keep that space for some mistakes, because they might happen, and you can't really panic when they happen. So you just have to be ready that sometimes things are out of control. But yeah, I just
sometimes stuff happens. I mean, guys, you know, it's the same thing if you go into a supermarket and they sell you something that when you come back home, you open up the bag and it's this is not what I wanted, you know. So this can happen to anyone at any time. But let's jump to Justina now. Is there anything that you would have done differently before going, or differently when you were there, if you had a second chance?
Maybe not before and during, but after. It is about that certificate that twice I had a problem, 3 or 4 months I was waiting for that certificate, which is really important at our university to end this maybe not internship, but this BIP. I cannot go to next BIP if I have not this certificate. So remember to...
Right, well, all the formalities are important. I mean, we who work at the higher educational institutions, we understand that very well. You need to do your paperwork, you need to have everything in order, you need to have your ECTS points, you need to have your certificates, everything needs to be uploaded in the system, green-lighted, checked, double-checked, and accepted. If you go through that, and I understand it's a process, not everybody likes that, but this is the way it is. Nothing bad about it, it's just the system which you need to understand and simply follow. And usually the system is easy enough for everyone to go step by step. All right, guys, we have just a few minutes, 2 or 3. I would like to hear one sentence from each of you to motivate our viewers and our audience. Why would you say it is worth it to consider going abroad, to use the Erasmus+? Why would you say people should go? Let's start with Victoria.
Do it, go for it. It will totally change your life. And I'm kind of sure don't regret it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's go to Zuzanna now.
I think it's really important to try and to go because, of course, each of us will tell you that you can meet new people and meet new places and new cultures, and it's super important. But also, I think you can kind of see how you are when you're in different place and you're not surrounded by the people who you know from very early years, let's say, but you have to do something on your own. You have to step out of your comfort zone and you can check how you do it, like if you can. And it's a nice feeling when you know that you can.
Thank you so much. Marta?
From the perspective of the training course, it will not only allow you to gain new skills and meet new people, but also develop yourself as a person very much.
Wonderful. Zuza?
So I believe that this is a new experience that combines everything because you travel, you meet new people, you meet new places, you can learn a lot, and it just helps you like evolve as a person. So I believe that is like great.
Great. And Justina?
I think you will be a braver person after BIP Erasmus and something like foreign language course abroad.
Exactly. Well, guys, thank you so much. It was already 1 hour has passed. I would love to stay here more and talk to you more, but I'm sure we'll have other opportunities perhaps in the spring because the Erasmus network offers many events throughout the year, and I'm sure it's not the last time that we see you guys, and we'll be able to talk to you also, everyone who's listening and watching us right now. If I was to sum up this panel, I would say, well, Erasmus Plus is all about being united in diversity. That is the main keyword, or two keywords actually, for the program and for the European Union. We are all different, but we learn from each other, and we want to learn. We want to keep learning because we believe in advancing ourselves. We believe in the European ideals, and we want to bring what each of us has best to the table to share and have others share with us. So with this, I want to thank our panelists, Wiktoria Wieczorkiewicz, Zuzanna Augustyniak, Marta Broda, Zuzanna Andrzejczak, and Justyna Rybarczyk. Thank you guys very much. Thank you everyone, and see you again very soon. Bye-bye.